Sean Ray had some of the best abs.
Clearly jacked.
What it do, Two Ball Dudes Army? We're back out in Venice Beach, asking the questions that matter. Roll clip.
Ball Dudes.
What is your name?
Henry.
All right, Henry. So tell us about your fitness journey, I guess. When did you start working out? How long have you been working out?
Oh, that's tough. That's really tough, man. So I've been doing calisthenics since I was a little kid.
Calisthenics is honestly better than weightlifting.
Okay.
So push-ups, pull-ups, dips, since I was like 5'6". And I've always been into it, so nobody like pushed me or convinced me to go to the gym.
Yeah.
But I've done a lot of sports too. I used to play soccer, used to play basketball. I was a running back in high school, and then I did some wrestling also.
Okay.
So yeah, I just love sports and.
So you've always had the fit lifestyle.
Yeah. Maintaining,
Okay.
you know.
So from the calisthenics to the weights, when do you still do some calisthenics now, or do you do mostly weights?
I do. No, I do a lot of pull-ups, push-ups, dips.
Okay.
That's mainly like my workouts. I don't really do like bench or anything. I just do calisthenics, like weighted dips, weighted pull-ups, you know, weighted push-ups. I put plates on my back and I do push-ups, you know.
Okay.
Those are the ones that really count, you know. That's what's gonna make you really stand out with your shoulders, your chest, you know, arms, back. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think for you is better with doing the calisthenics versus doing the traditional bodybuilding or weightlifting?
The difference is, so with calisthenics, you can't really get injured in a way. So when you do that body weight training, it's a little better than just doing the weights, in my opinion. Because again, you can't really get injured like that.
Okay.
Especially when you're doing like bench press, you know, just flat bench.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of injuries, your tissues, your joints, your shoulders. It's a lot of pain because I have shoulder injury and like joints too.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, calisthenics, if you do like muscle ups and stuff, it's my opinion it's gonna be a lot better.
Yeah, because if I looked at you, I would think you've been lifting weights, you know, for a long time, and you know, not necessarily calisthenics. But I also know that some guys can build a really good physique just doing calisthenics. Also.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
So you just need to add weights.
Yeah. Okay. And in terms of supplements, is there anything that you take in terms of supplements that help you?
Yeah, for me, because I was always skinny. I was like 150 pounds. So I eat like 6 times a day, and I take mass gainers also.
Mass gainers, okay.
Yeah. I just want to get big. This is my limit, like naturally limit. I'm like 181, 180.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I would think you'd like 200 pounds.
No. I'm
Wow,
like 5. I think I'm like 5'8", 9.
Okay.
And like 180, 181 dry in the morning. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So so the way I was like taught to work out was you just have to look at it as like your body is a balloon. You have to pump it up and then put it down a little and then do the same thing again, so you don't have any injuries. And the muscle mass, like the definition of your muscle, becomes nicer.
Right.
You know, so I've been to 180, 181, that range a couple of times, and then I go down to like 170, 165, and then start eating again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to shred, you get down about 160, 165.
You basically cut down and then go up again.
Yeah.
You know.
Gotcha.
Like the way you eat and then the way you train. So if I want to get big, you know, put on more pounds. I eat like 6-7 times a day.
Okay.
And then I do heavy weights, but less reps and less sets.
Okay.
And if I want to cut down, I eat a little clean, and I just do more reps and more sets.
Okay. So you talked about eating. What's your nutrition like? How do you maintain and try to eat clean? Because I know it's hard.
You're gonna hate me for this, but I just eat anything and everything.
Oh, do you?
Because I'm used to it, you know. I just balance it out with workouts and stuff.
Okay. So it's
that's
not super
pretty much-
clean. It's a little bit of.
See, the thing is, I eat out a lot, but it's mainly like chicken and rice and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't really like sweets that much.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, so I don't really like junk food in a way, you know. I'll eat like Zango chicken, you know,
Zango's
rice,
good.
yeah,
Yep,
you know, rice and chicken, in and out, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
just a lot of protein and calories.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Carbs,
Okay.
a lot of potato,
Gotcha. Okay.
fries.
What's your favorite workout? What's the favorite thing you like to do?
Probably dips.
Dips?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do. What's your max weighted dips?
I have a video in my phone. I'm doing 5 plates for
Oh wow.
one set, 1.5
Okay.
reps.
1.5. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's
Okay.
like 1.5.
Okay. Hey, that's still
Done.
you're
Almost
Still,
to-
it's all, yeah, it's your
Yeah.
max rep. Yeah. What about in terms of any exercises or body parts that you're kind of weak on that you're still trying to do
Calves.
better?
My calves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Calves seem to be a struggle for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's
You know.
it's not really big, it's not really small, but it's,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you just
yeah.
have to stay consistent. Maybe like every day, every
Okay.
other day, you just
Okay.
have to do it.
Okay. And any
Yes.
good piece of advice for somebody that wants to start working out, either start working out or start getting with calisthenics, how to get started and how to stay consistent?
Well, the way I think about it, there's no tomorrow. You just got to start today,
Okay.
and it's never too late, man.
Yeah.
You just have to do it.
Just got to do it and just stick
1,
with
2,
it.
3, man.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and just get up
Okay.
and do it.
There you go. All right. Awesome,
Just
man.
do push-ups at home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's something you can do at home that you don't have to worry about going to the gym to, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you,
All
man.
right.
Why did Arnold do pull downs like this? A lot of people will now claim that this is poor technique, but he's actually doing it for a very good reason. A normal lat pull down is lighter at the top and much heavier at the bottom, but your lat muscles are much stronger when they're stretched and much weaker when they're shortened. So this may present a problem, which is that your muscles are stronger where the resistance is lighter and your muscles are weaker where the resistance is heavier. But you can circumvent this using the technique that Arnold is using. What he's doing is he's actually allowing the weight to accelerate upward toward the stretch position, which makes these tissues proportionately have to work much harder in the top. And then what he's doing is he's yanking out of the top portion of the range so that the momentum of the bar actually makes it a little bit lighter in the bottom proportionately. Arnold is making the motion heavier at the top where the muscles are stronger and proportionately lighter at the bottom where the muscles are weaker.
What's your name?
Hunter Masters.
Nice to meet you. Hunter Masters.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
I love it. So tell me, how did you get started into weightlifting, into your journey here?
Man, I started like probably in high school. We had a weightlifting class and had a good coach teaching us, and that was fun. And then in college, I played rugby, so worked out for that. And then I got like real serious after college. And I started a YouTube channel. I don't really run anymore, but it was Sparta Strength and I was like, if I'm gonna try and teach other guys, I need to get in shape and learn this myself. So that's something I found for anybody, especially men, if you're wanting to get in better shape, like if you do it for other people, that can help stay focused and committed.
Okay, so what really motivated you to keep up this lifestyle then?
I think I just wanted to perform at my best and challenge myself. And I like playing games, so there's endless games that you can play as far as tracking your calories, like how much weight more are you lifting. Just seeing, I think all of us is just seeing a little bit of progress,
Okay. And for anyone out there who's trying to get started, like what's the best advice you can give them? Because I know you may not know like what to do,
Right.
where to go,
Right.
if you're even working out correctly. Like what advice would you give them?
Yeah, I would say, if you're starting, start with small, simple goals. It almost feels like silly, but just for an example, it's like start by going to, if you're not working out at all, start by going to the gym for 1 hour a week total. And you can go and just walk on the treadmill. You might say, oh, well, what is that going to do for me? Well, physically, maybe not a lot, but you're now going to the gym an hour every week. So we're changing your habits, because I think the way to think about it is a long-term view, and this is a lifestyle change. So it's like, let's start making small changes that we can stick with consistently that will last.
Okay, and I know with fitness and weightlifting, there's a little bit of like taboo involved relating to like test boosters and supplements. Have you ever indulged in anything like that before to help enhance?
No, I mean, creatine is a very popular supplement. So yeah, I take creatine and I take whey protein, but you don't need necessarily to take any of those to get good results. It comes down to your food intake, how many calories, how much protein you're taking. But again, it's all like a journey. So I think what's challenging the blessing of the internet is all the information we can have, but it's also the curse because you can overload yourself with so much info. I don't know where to start, what diet, what supplements, blah, blah, blah. It's like, start with what we were talking about, like just 1 hour in the gym on the treadmill, and if you keep doing that, then you'll be like, you know what, I'm going to start doing some bench press, or I'm going to start doing whatever, and just slowly add things on. And same with supplements and same with your diet. I think it would be harder to be like, I'm going to do a 180 and change everything I eat, and instead say, you know what, I'm going to cut out Diet Cokes, or I'm going to add in more water. Just like one simple thing that you can consistently do.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Kind of good lifestyle. So when it comes to your like nutrition macros, what's the recommended amount of like protein and carbs? Like what should you be eating?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's going to come down to like what will you stick with. But I mean, and again, an easy thing to like work your way towards is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight a day. So I'm like 185 pounds, so I try and get 185 pounds or grams. Pounds would be a lot of protein.
Massive.
Yeah, and the thing is, just focus on that first, right? Because then you'd be like, well, what about how much carbs? It's like if you just get the protein in, it will. There's a lot of downstream effects from that. It will reduce your cravings, so you won't eat as many carbs, you won't eat as much food because you're getting that 180 or whatever the amount of protein is per day. So if you focus on that, give yourself a whole month to like try to work yourself to that by, and it becomes a game, and you can use ChatGPT, like what are good protein foods? Oh, eggs and beef jerky and whatever it is you like to eat. I think it's just something to keep in mind is like for viewers watching, it's like, what games are you going to play and what do you want to do? What will you stick with? Okay,
and lastly too, what's like your favorite type of workout? Whether it's when it comes to targeting the chest, the back, what do you recommend? What do you like?
I mean, for what I like, I was a gymnast, so I love dips, which is why I have this. So we're going to do weighted dips today. Dips for me, it's like the equivalent of the upper body squat because it works on your chest, it works on your shoulders and your arms, and they're tough. And when you start adding weight, like it gets harder. So I personally like those. But again, some people, it's going to be specific biomechanics. They may have shoulder injuries and they can't do dips. So it's like you got to find what works for you. But again, that's where it comes down to what game do you want to play and how do you want to look or why are you training and all that kind of stuff.
How old are you, by the way?
41.
41. You look great.
Thank you. I'm 10 and a quarter. I was born on leap year. So.
Okay. And would you say that you look this good because of your lifestyle and your dedication to being healthy?
I would think so, but I'm a marketer, so I haven't like A/B split tests. Like what do I look like if I didn't do this? I think it helps. Drinking a lot of water, focusing on this. I sauna and cold plunge. Does that help? I don't. I can't say conclusively, but I think just having a focus on it is good for all of us. Because the one thing I try to keep in mind is like, towards the end of our life, it's like you could have all the money in the world, but if I don't have my health, like that money's not really worth it. And towards the end of my, at any point, like, you could make tons of money. For example, whatever, a couple $100,000 a month just from working hard or whatever, but you can't in 1 month suddenly go to super jacked. You know what I mean? Like that takes years of time to do. So it's like start now. It's only going to get harder as we get older. And like once you're 80, if you've never worked out and you're starting at 80, first of all, that's good to do, but it's like if you had started at 60 or 40 or 20, like it would have set yourself up so much better. So for the young guys, if you're in your 20s, like you have all the time in the world, you should like, I would encourage you, it would behoove you to just get in the best shape of your life possible.
I love it. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
You've been
absolutely.
great.
Thanks for
I
chatting.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me start by asking you this. Can anybody build muscles like this? I mean, could I? Or is it something you're born with?
No, I think anybody could build muscles like that, but it's not to the interest of anybody. Only 5% of the people who are training with weights, try to win Mr. America, or Mr. Universe, or Mr. Olympia, are doing it for the reasons I did it for, which is to go into competition. And it was just a goal that I had when I was 15.
Why did you start to do it? I mean, were you bullied when you were little? Or sand kicked in your face?
No, we don't have that much sand in Austria. I just got into it because I really felt great doing weight training. I did it for soccer. A lot of soccer players do weight training to strengthen their legs. And I really fell in love with the weight training or with the feeling of being strong and being big and all that. And I wanted to win Mr. Universe. And it was a dream that I had when I was 15 years old. And it's a dream that a lot of kids have. And they make it come true. And that's what I did.
What's your name?
Ramton.
All right, perfect. And so tell us a little bit about your fitness journey. How long have you been working out? What got you into it? And what keeps you motivated?
Been about 16, 17 years. Just kind of chipping away at it. Started with just, trying to impress girls and stuff like that. But
Okay, yeah,
at the end
that's
of
always
it,
a good way to start.
yeah, right? Yeah, and then you kind of find a peace within yourself. You kind of like do everything yourself, intrinsic motivational, right?
Okay.
So they kind of pushed through after that a little bit. So that kind of what maintained me a little bit more for the longer periods. So that kind of helped a little bit there. And then more of that, it was just more of a meditation thing, just getting up, go for a run, you know, go for a lift or something like that.
Yeah.
And you just feel better. You know, you've accomplished something hard that day.
Yeah.
So you're kind of overgrowing and you're feeling better about it, you know.
Okay.
And then your day starts and then you can kind of have a good momentum going throughout the rest of your tasks for the day. Yeah.
So 16, 17 years, so you were what, like in high school, somewhere in there?
Yeah, I was about 17 years old when I started. I was used to playing a lot of soccer.
Okay.
Now I'm about 34 years old, so I've been going consistent at it every year.
Oh, good.
I haven't slowed down since, so
Okay.
yeah.
I was going to ask if you've ever taken any breaks or kind of.
Not at all.
It's been very consistent.
Very consistent
Wow,
all the way through.
okay.
Yeah.
What keeps that motivation going for the last 16, 17 years?
Just honestly, just for me, it's just I feel better, I feel happier, I feel more accomplished, and it's helped me in the other aspects of my life, just more like the business aspect of things, you know, entrepreneurship, things like that. So you kind of create a growth mindset, and from there it affects everything else around it. Yeah.
And then along with that, I know a big part of it is nutrition.
Yeah.
What is, I guess, what is your nutritional diet, or how do you maintain eating clean and you know, using that to supplement and better your overall fitness?
Yeah, so that's kind of like a challenge within the social aspects of things. So, you know, going out with friends, meeting up with other people, going on dates, things like that. You're always going to be eating out, drinking, or doing something to fit in the social norm. But, you know, at the same time, if you're on track and you have goals, then you kind of put your head down, put your blinders on, and you just kind of just go through it, you know. That's kind of what I did, and it was easier for me just to say no to other people over time.
Yeah.
So it got me through it a little bit easier. But the first couple of years was definitely a challenge. You know, just trying to get your friends to be on the same boat with you. You know? At parties, taking my chicken and broccoli when everyone's taking shots. You know.
Right. Yeah, I know, right? Right. What's
Yeah.
a good way to start? You know, to get better at nutrition? 'Cause that's my challenge. Is my nutrition has always just been bad. So what's a good way to start? You know, building and getting better and more comfortable with that nutritional diet?
Right. So I would probably start with very like small steps, baby steps. So maybe change even like one meal throughout the whole, like 3 meals you eat throughout the day. Just baby steps. Maybe try to get a little bit healthier protein source, you know, rather than something a little fattier.
Yeah.
And then over time, as you chip away at it, years and years go by, then that one meal turns into 2 meals, then 3 meals a day, you know. Then you're kind of like, okay, I can do this, you know.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, it's a lifestyle. You're having 4 or 5 meals a day, which is clean. But for where most people kind of look at it, they're like, whoa, I can't eat that. Doesn't have enough sugar, salt, fat, you know. So it's not as attractive to them. But for you, you feel good, you're functional. I feel like when I eat my meals, 2 hours later, I'm good to go again. It's fully digested, gone through. Whether if I have a heavier carby meal, I've been like sitting in bed all day, you know, thinking about my tomorrow. So that's kind of been more efficient. I kind of look at food now as like a fuel source than it is for me as pleasure, right? So I still have like cheat days and stuff like that just to enjoy myself. Because we're all human, we need to enjoy it too. But at the same time, try to stay consistent at least 95% of the time. Yeah.
Do you do the 5 to 6 meals a day, typically every couple hours?
Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah, every 2-3 hours, try to get a smaller meal. It's not going to be a huge meal.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of rice, a little bit of like, you know, protein source and some veggies. Just a handful of pretty much everything.
Okay.
And repeat every 2-3 hours. You know, it's boring, but it works.
It works, yeah. And then in terms of supplements, is there any kind of supplements that you use or that you recommend that's worked for you?
For supplements, one thing I would take, if I would take anything, it would be creatine.
Okay.
Creatine helps me. I've noticed the difference in that.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
one supplement I've noticed. It's just been for also memory aspects of it. It's been shown the studies that, you know, it's been good for cognitive health too. So I've noticed that a little bit over time. Obviously, aside from the athletic performance, things like that. But I wouldn't, you know. Protein powders are good. I personally don't. I'm not a big fan of them. I rather get my protein sources from meals because that's where all the minerals, vitamins are. So after my workout, right away, instead of a protein shake, I just go for a meal.
Yeah.
You know, that's just always been a habit too. So I try to replace my meals with, you know, I try to have meals instead of my protein powders. Obviously, I'll have protein powders here and there when I'm traveling. You know, on the go when it's like emergency situations. You know, taking a powder is a little bit easier.
Okay.
So I do those times, but. Yeah, 90% of the time it's just relying on meals and chicken. Yeah.
Okay. And then what about on the darker side of supplements, the guys that get on the gear and train and all this stuff? What are your thoughts on that?
Right. I've seen a lot of those guys too at the same time. My mindset was always long term with everything in life, so it's always like do the work now, you know, enjoy it in 5 years. It was kind of like that. But if you really want to get results faster, you can doing it that way, especially if you're competing or something like that. My goal was to never compete. It was just for myself.
Yeah.
But if you really want to compete, if you want to step on stage with other people, you know, you kind of got to walk the walk a little bit there. So it's a little bit tougher to just be natural if you're competing with everyone else that's not. But yeah, it's just never been a part of my life. So yeah, I've never been like attracted to it to compete anyway.
Right.
My background is before even getting to like working out and stuff like is engineering, mechanical engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, for me, I already had a career and things like that. So I was never like into more of like, you know, competing, stepping on stage just for the sake of being in the fitness world or something like that.
So mechanical engineering though, so you got the brain, you're smart, and then you stay fit.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Engineer, and personal trainer also. I do that too.
So personal training then, what's your best advice as a personal trainer with somebody getting started? How does somebody get started and stay consistent? Because, you know, everybody wants to start July 1st, right, or first of the month, and you stick on for a couple of weeks, and then you slowly step away. So what would be your best advice for somebody trying to get started?
For someone to get started would be to start at the baby steps, like very small steps. Just show up, put your shoes on, just show up at the gym. That's it. Once a week, twice a week, that's all you need to do.
Okay.
The rest kind of snowballs a little bit faster. For me, it was kind of just encouraging people to just make baby steps. When they show up, they want to change everything overnight. They're like, I'm eating all this crappy food, now I want to change it overnight. I want to now eat all this healthy food. Now I got to lock in 7 meals a day, all like no sugars or bland food, you know.
So it seems overwhelming, right?
Exactly.
Because you're thinking you got to do all that stuff right away.
Right. And it's always the consistency that always beats intensity, right?
Yeah.
So you always want to be more flatline consistent than it is changing, going on a T-Talks or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I noticed that worked for me, and that's what I encourage my clients to do.
Okay, awesome. Do you have a favorite workout, a favorite routine that you like to do?
Favorite
body part that you like?
Favorite body part, I would take shoulders. Shoulders would be my favorite body part.
Okay.
Yeah, I love hitting shoulders. Shoulders, and I do a lot of cardio. I do about, not a lot, but maybe 25K of running every week.
So over the whole week? Okay.
Over the whole week,
That's my weakness. I don't do a whole lot of cardio.
Yeah, yeah. It's not really fun. First, like 1, 2, 3, kilometers. Well, I'm from Canada, so we say kilometers. But for those, it's kind of painful. So you're kind of like, oh, why am I doing this? You're always questioning in your head. Yeah. But once you get past the point, you're kind of like, all right, I'm cruising. The pain threshold, like this is it. It's not getting any worse, and you just continue cruising, right? So it's been a bit more of a meditative state when you get into that zone, and then you just kind of cruise from there. Yeah.
And then any weak points, any areas that you're still working on that you'd like to do better?
Of course, yeah. Every day I try to get better. Yeah, it's never an ending game. So
do you have a weak body part that you're trying to work on?
Yeah. I would try to bring up my glutes, obviously calves. I think we all need to work on our calves.
Yeah.
So I would say calves a little bit. Legs, definitely need to bring it up because my legs tend to shrink a lot when I'm running.
Oh,
so
really? Okay.
I notice it within days when I do long runs, they just start to shrink up. So I need to put a little bit more mass that I like.
Yeah.
On
when
my
you
legs.
played soccer, I'm sure your legs got strong and got
calves were pretty pumped too.
Yeah.
But over time, it's just kind of getting better. Calves, shoulders, my favorite part, but work a little bit more back to lower back, things like that. Get more definition from there.
There you go. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. A lot of good insight.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
No worries, man.
All right.
I'm sorry, but I've never touched a barbell, and I'm able to curl hundreds on my first time just from training calisthenics. The people who are big and bulky can't even do a pull-up, and you're trying to tell me that calisthenics is not better? You're crazy. Do you think I can pick it up? I used all my back for that. I don't think that's the right form. Honestly, if you're struggling to gain some strength, try calisthenics first. It might be for you. The skills are cool, the strength is amazing, and it transfers well into weightlifting if you ever want to go back. I don't see a reason why not to.
What is your name?
My name is Kale.
Nice to meet you, Kale. Yeah. And so how did you get into the lifestyle, health, fitness, bodybuilding? Tell us.
Well, it was kind of all starting with my job. I became a firefighter and realized I can't rely on my legs. I was a soccer player before, and I was pretty scrawny. It carried me through in the endurance part, and then I realized that I had to use my upper body a little bit. So moved up to Denver for a fire job and ended up meeting a guy who hits the gym constantly, and he kind of helped me with my journey. Started eating right and just really going ham, and I hit a plateau for a little while there. Ended up taking like some weight gainer stuff, and I went from like 140, 150 up to like 175, 180s, and I've just been able to push more weight. Now I've become more of a weightlifter rather than an endurance kind of runner, but still kind of maintain that. So
I love that. I like that you brought the fact that you're a firefighter. I really thank you for your service, because
just another job.
What you do makes a difference, and it saves lives. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of hell out there, and there's a lot of good that comes from it. So I commend you for that.
Well, we appreciate the support. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that said, for anyone out there who's trying to get into the game here, trying to be in the best shape of their life, what's that one bit of advice, like the best advice you could think of?
Oh, it's a lot easier and a lot harder than you think. It's going to take longer than you think. So don't get down on yourself. And just start with something small. You know, a little bit can go a long way, and as soon as you develop that consistency, you're just gonna explode from there, because your mind won't let you stop. It's one of those things that just happens. You get that dopamine rush of like, oh, I completed a 15-minute walk. I'm going to do 20 minutes the next day, kind of thing. And your brain just wants to keep going. And eventually you're going to want to push yourself to whatever your goals may be. So don't get in your head. Just start and don't stop.
Wonderful, wonderful. And also, too, I know there can be a darker side to bodybuilding. Some guys want to be as big as possible, as lean as possible. Have you ever considered or tried any of those supplements or the testosterone replacement therapy, all that's going around now?
No, I've never really tried that. That's never really been my goal. Also, with my job, I kind of can't do any of that. I've always strived to be like more lean and, more fit and stronger and all this, but I don't like doing things the easy way. If you don't endure the hardships and the pain with it, is there really a reward? At that point, it's just a cheat code in a video game, and that's not worth it. I'd much rather, look back and be like, I worked my ass off for that, and this is where I'm at now. So,
I love it. I love that. So. That's fantastic. And of course, too, like, what would you say is your favorite type of workout when it's either like engaging your core, your back, your chest? What do you love to do the most?
Ooh, man, that's kind of changed over the years. I started off with bent over rows. I was doing 225 when I was pretty consistent, but
that's a lot of weight, 225.
Yeah, it hurt me down the road, that's for sure. But lately it's been dumbbell presses. I've really excelled at that lately for my body type. I've been able to get some records at 115 dumbbells, so I'm really excited about that. But I would say overall, my leg press is like my go-to, that I just pack on the weight and I just see how much I can do. I max out every machine I can. It's fun. I've had 2 ACL surgeries, so knowing that I can still push that weight after like having surgery and recovering, like I endure that pain and I keep pushing, and I get to a point where I'm stronger than I was.
Well, that's a miracle, because some people, after they go through that surgery, never recover fully.
My first one was rough. It was on the same knee, playing soccer, of course. So, after I recovered from that, I was like, I'm not letting that happen again. So I did everything I could to strengthen my accessory muscles, and now I'm pushing more weight than I ever have, doing it the smart way, working myself up to it and stretching, doing all that. But yeah, that's probably my favorite one to really crank out.
I like that you mentioned the lower body too, and that you like to target that. I feel like most guys always go for the upper body. We're more dominant, Like, why do you think that is? Are people just don't like to put in the work when it comes down?
It hurts. They're bigger muscle groups, so when you fatigue them, you're going to have more lactic acid build up, and there's just going to be more sore. And there's something that we use every day. You could go through the day, you're holding the microphone, but you can kind of use more accessory muscles. You're standing on your legs all day, moving, walking, sitting, standing, got to go to the bathroom. So it's it's like
it's a challenge.
Yeah, so you're like, it just
it is what
it's the pain that you got to endure if you want to enjoy it down the road. So
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, and lastly, how old are you?
38.
38.
Yeah.
You look great. Would you say that you look so good because of the dedication you put into your lifestyle?
Genetics. I don't know. I think
I've got great genetics.
I think it's a combination of like taking care of your body. As long as you take care of your body, whether it be running, biking, lifting weights, anything you do, you take care of your body, and you're going to feel younger, probably going to look younger, I guess that could be why maybe I look young, but
yeah, it's a bonus. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
guys.
You guys got to get a workout in.
Bodybuilding.
Just quick tips
He
on
starts
abs.
off his ab workout.
Usually I do 3 exercises for
crunches
abs.
on an incline bench.
I do the incline, which I'm
Notice he
doing now.
uses a very short range
I
of
do the
movement.
crunches, and I do leg raises.
I use the same
or
sort of
knee-ups.
technique. Gives you a
3
fantastic
exercises,
burn in the abs.
3 sets, and I usually do 30 repetitions. I do abs 2 days in a row and take a day off, 2 days in a row and take a day off.
Personally,
So,
I like to hold it for a second at the
my
top
abs
of
get
the
a lot of
movement.
work,
But he much
but
prefers where
in
choppier
overall
movements
volume,
himself.
the reps are less and the
He's
sets
into
are
his
less.
second set now.
Rather than doing 10 sets
He'd
of
be really starting to
abdominals,
feel the burn by now.
50 repetitions a piece, I'd rather do a shorter abdominal workout where I just constantly work the muscle
Next,
as I'm
good old
incorporating
crunches.
cardiovascular.
The thing about a
and
crunch is
low-fat
to
diet.
bring your ribs down to
That
your
way my ab
pelvis
workout
bone.
takes maybe 10 minutes.
Sort of crunching it up
Short
like
and
an
sweet,
accordion.
just enough to stimulate the
Really
muscle. I'm not
works
trying to make my
well.
abdominals grow bigger. I'm just trying to detail it so that when I do diet down the fat, burn it off on the cardio, you see a nice abdominal wall, upper, middle, and exterior on my serratus. So let me
This
go
one's
another
an
set.
absolute ripper of a movement. It's knee ups on a bench.
All right, what is your name?
Taye.
Okay, so I saw you doing some calisthenics. Do you do more calisthenics versus the weights, or what's your workout routine?
Yeah, I'm only calisthenics out here.
Okay. Why have you lifted weights before, and you just do calisthenics out here?
Yes. You got to pay $10 for a day pass there, but the stuff is free.
Gotcha.
And I live here. This is my local gym.
Okay. Okay. What is it about calisthenics that you like or enjoy doing? Obviously, it's free. You can do it almost anywhere.
Yeah.
But what is it in terms of, your body?
The equipment is my own body weight, and that's all the equipment I need. It's really easy. I love it.
Okay. And tell us a little bit more about your fitness journey. How long have you been working out and doing calisthenics?
Well, I've been living here for like 12 years, working out here pretty consistently for like 10 at least.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just part of the lifestyle. Morning routine, every morning. I love it.
Yeah. What do you think it's done for you to help you in terms of your lifestyle, working out regularly, coming out here every morning?
Well, it's good to be able to just to see people around. People watching is great. Hotties with bodies all around this place. But also like focusing the mind and getting your mental health in shape, formulating goals and stuff while you're working out.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a favorite calisthenics routine or a workout that you like to do?
Well, I do arm stuff and chest stuff on alternating days.
What do you do for the chest? Push-ups? And
I use those bars right there for push-ups and for those bars for the lifts.
Okay. Okay. Do you use the muscle-ups on the high bars too?
No, I've never really been able to do.
I know they're hard.
Yeah. So I dip my feet in the sand and just pull myself up like that.
Okay.
And it's worked pretty well for me.
Any weak points that you're working on to try to get better at?
Not really. I don't stress too much. Yeah.
Just whatever flows and.
Yeah. My usual routine is run this way to the end of the pier and stop here at Muscle Beach on my way down and back.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So somebody that wants to get into calisthenics, because it's easy, who may not be able to go to the gym or have the money to go for the gym. What do you think the best way to get started would be in getting into that?
Place like this, or anywhere that has parallel bars like this, yeah, just dip down and pull up.
Okay.
You don't have to pull your whole body weight, just whatever you can.
Okay, as high as you can. Okay. I know a lot of the parks sometimes have those body weight machines that mimic, workouts or weighted machines, but they're using the body weight. Have you ever tried any of those type of machines?
No, I mean I haven't seen a lot of those.
Yeah.
But they
I've
sound
seen them in
cool.
some of the parks where you can sit down on a machine and do a bench press, and it moves with your body weight and so on.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. And then nutrition-wise, what do you do to stay in shape to make sure your nutrition is on point?
Well, after the workout, I usually do some sort of whey protein load just for one meal, and then later in the day keep on with the protein, mix it up a little bit, but mainly protein, keto-ish.
Okay. What other kind of supplements do you take besides the protein?
I take NAD+, which is supposed to slow down the aging process.
Yeah, the NAD.
And vitamin C and spirulina sometimes, and maca and green tea, white tea. Mix of good stuff.
Okay, awesome. All right, man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Good luck to you,
Have
man.
a good one.
All right, you too.
Take it easy.
Thank you.